Welcome to the Branding Show, a place where we aim to move you from clarity to cash flow. We are a family of entrepreneurs who are looking to level up the standards of living of our lives, or just more generally scale our brands.
3, 2, 1.
Whatever your mind can conceive and believe your mind can achieve.
Job is not your work.
Making millions isn't a movie. It's the same moves over and over until the world claps.
My name is Natasha, also called the Branding Genius, and I help early stage brands like yours get clear, look consistent, and get noticed, all without a full-time marketing team. Ready to scale your brand? You're in the right place.
In today's segment, we are beginning by talking about a man named Walt Disney. Now, in an article that was published on Wikipedia on the life of Walt Disney, this is what they say about him. Disney was born on December 5th of 1901 at 1249 Trip Avenue in Chicago, Hermosa neighborhood. He was the fourth of 5 children. Disney developed an interest in drawing when he was paid to draw a horse for a retired doctor. His father, Elias, was a subscriber to the Appeal to Reason newspaper, and Disney practiced drawing by copying the front page cartoons of Ryan Walker. Ryan Walker was a cartoonist. He was a revolutionary cartoonist. So basically that's who Ryan Walker was, if you want to go look him up. So he began to develop an ability to work with water and crayons. So we see that Walt Disney was just a normal guy from a normal family, and we all know the Disney Channel, and if you don't know about it, then that's crazy. Where have you been? Everybody knows about Disneyland. Everybody aims to go to Disneyland. The person that founded Disney was Walt Disney. So this guy literally came from a normal family. He was the fourth out of 5 children, and he developed an interest in drawing cartoons. That's where this whole thing started. So he would practice. His father would get a newspaper, and then he would draw the cartoons on the newspaper just to practice his drawing. So basically, this was just a hobby for Walt Disney. It was simply just something that he loved to do in his spare time. To move on further, the Disneys moved from Kansas City to Missouri. There, Disney attended the Benton Grammar School, where he met a fellow student who came from a family of theater fans and introduced him to the world of motion pictures. So he met a friend of his there at the school, and this friend is the one who introduced him to theater. So we see him move from just drawing pictures to now he moves into something deeper, which is theater and arts. His father, Elias, had purchased a newspaper delivery route for Kansas City Star and woke up at 4:30 every morning to deliver the Times before school. So this schedule was exhausting, and Disney often received poor grades after falling asleep in class, but he continued his paper route for more than 6 years. He attended the Saturday courses at the Kansas City Art Institute and also took a correspondence course in cartooning. Disney realized the importance of telling emotionally gripping stories that would interest the audience, and he invested in a story department separate from animators with storyboard artists who would detail plots of Disney films. This is not all of it. There is more in the article that I was reading. When I was analyzing the life of Walt Disney, the lessons that I picked up was, it's not about you being born in the right family. It's about how you are able to move and make something out of your situation. The life of Walt Disney, when you read the whole article, it talks about how he started drawing. He took some lessons at a near school somewhere, and not only did he love to draw, but he added value to his skill. And I feel like that's one thing we need to pick up today, which is add value to your skill. Regardless of what your hobby is, you're still able to monetize it. If you want your passion to become something that you pursue and long run it becomes profitable, it's about making a job out of your passion. It's about developing the skills that will enable you to monetize it. Apart from the fact that you need to add value to your skill, is you need to do something you love. We see this guy started painting when he was still a young boy. He loved what he was doing. If you don't love what you're doing, it's very difficult for you to monetize. Look at how successful Disney has been. Disney is like one of the biggest companies in the world. I mean, in the world. It is one of the places that everybody dreams of going. And it all came from a boy who loved to paint. And I picked up so many lessons from this man. He was so rich in wisdom. He was a hard worker. I read the part of the article which said his father purchased a route for a newspaper and he had to distribute them with his brother. And they would work so hard to the point that he dozed in class. And what came after that is a point that I have to stress for most educators. Grades do not show what kind of intelligence or how far you are going to go in life. You see this guy flunking out of school but making it so far high in the industry, not because he was lazy, but because he genuinely had something that he was pursuing outside of school. So just because your obligations cause you to fail school doesn't mean your life comes to an end. You still have an opportunity to grow. Walt Disney was the guy who flunked out of school, but guess what? He became one of the most famous people in the world. And even up until now, we are still watching the films that were designed by this guy who was born in 1901. What? A century later? That is extremely crazy. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your current situations are. You are still able to grow it into something bigger. Find inspiration and add value to whatever skill or whatever hobby that you have. You enjoy what you are doing and make sure you work hard, because at the end of the day, nothing in life will be handed to you. Everybody that has what they have had to work hard for it. So work hard for it, and I'm pretty sure you are going to make it to the level that you aim to get to. Moving on to the next segment, today's tips and tricks. Good marketing or a great value prop? Which one is more important? Great marketing should be backed by a great value proposition. When you are starting your business, the biggest thing you can do for yourself is have a great value proposition. I've seen so many people take it that business is hard because they just didn't solve a great enough problem. They just didn't add enough value. Or maybe there was too much competition. A great value proposition is important. So even as you are building your business, ensure that you go back to the value proposition. Does the value still apply today? Have things shifted in the economy? Is there something that you can leverage? You always analyze your value proposition. How is your value? Are you delivering more value than your competitors? Because at the end of the day, you want to be an industry leader. We're talking about Walt Disney, and you see how this man made it so far because there was no one doing what he was doing in his industry. But a very practical example today is Marvel movies. Their marketing is so effective because they have a very good product. Their product is like nothing that has been seen before. When Marvel says they're releasing a movie, everybody is anxiously waiting. I am anxiously waiting for the next Marvel movie because their product is extremely amazing. So over time, they've compounded their value. People have become loyal to their brand. So now they don't have to waste so much time on marketing because their value proposition is amazing. So honestly, I feel value proposition comes first, then your marketing, because at the end of the day, you build a story around your value proposition. That's what marketing is. So on to the next segment for today. We are reading about people that are doing something amazing in the community, and this just happened to be youths and teens. An article that has been written by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society brand voice, published on the 21st of August 2025. So here's what this article says. Student visionaries celebrating teen leaders raising money to end blood cancers. Each year, high school students from across the country raise money for blood cancer research and patient support programs through Student Visionaries of the Year campaigns. A key fundraiser for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. The campaign is also an effective megaphone for spreading accurate information about blood cancers and a unique chance for teens to hone skills that they may soon need as professionals. I love how these teens are really trying to make an impact in the world. I feel like after you scaled your brand, you've made the money that you needed to make, a big thing is being able to give back to the community. Because what's the point of being rich if you're not going to be effective, if you can't help anyone at the end of the day but yourself? If you are just wanting to get rich because you want that Bentley or that new car, when you do get the car, it might just feel empty. The greatest thing in life is making somebody else smile. Like the joy that comes to your heart when you help out people is just mismatched. So ensure that you are willing to give back to society even after you scale your brand. In today's what was that sound? It sounds like it is time for pick it or leave it. So in today's life hack, we found this video that I feel like you guys will find helpful. So listen to this.
Do certain companies expand globally, becoming empires, while others stay stuck in the same place? It's not the economy, it's not competition. It's because entrepreneurs are trapped working in their businesses and not on it. They're masters of their craft but prisoners of their routine. Imagine owning a bakery but spending all of your time kneading dough in the kitchen and never actually designing the strategy for lasting success. Don't be an operator in your business. Be the architect of your empire. Because if you're not building a business that works without you, you're not building a business at all. So will you keep spinning the wheel or start building the machine? Don't just work. Build something that lasts. Join Minute to Learn today and start building your empire.
So you heard it right. Don't just work. Build something that lasts. And I feel like that is so important for every entrepreneur. Build something that lasts. I hate to come to this part, but we have finally come to the end of the show. But in leaving you with something to carry for the week, we have today's Wisdom Corner. And today now we are quoting from a New York Times best-selling book, and that is The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. And this is the quote that we picked from there. An addiction to distraction is the end of your creative production. Empire makers and history creators take 1 hour for themselves before dawn in the serenity that lies beyond of the clutches of complexity to prepare themselves for a world-class day. An addiction to distraction is the end of your creative production. So don't be distracted. Focus, have your mind fixed on the goal, and keep working hard. Wake up early and ensure that you plan for a successful day. So even as you go through the week, ensure that you always have it in mind that we need to move to the next level. The world is depending on you to succeed. That's it for your weekly dose of information on moving from clarity to cash flow. I'm your host, Natasha. Keep winning. Keep working hard. I'll see you next week, same time, same place.